Oklahoma school replaces chalkboards, finds 100-year-old untouched drawings behind them. The older you get, the more you appreciate history. America is a place that is still relatively new in the grand scheme of things, so when we find things that are 50 to 100 years old, it can be regarded as a notable discovery. Recently, Emerson High School in Oklahoma was undergoing some renovations and updates when contractors made a pretty amazing discovery. There were chalkboards under the chalkboards. No, this is not the beginning of an inception talk. The notable portion of the discovery was not the chalkboards themselves, but what had been written on them, undisturbed for nearly 100 years, and how well they were preserved. Before we begin, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell for new, amazing videos. Emerson High School in Oklahoma. From the outside appearance, it's safe to assume that this high school was probably more than a little outdated. Obviously in need of a few upgrades, the contractors were sure that the upgrades would positively affect education, but what they were about to discover would also affect history for the locals. Preserved calendar from December of 1917. After removing the current chalkboards, there was another set of chalkboards underneath. These boards had images and lesson plans that had remained hidden for nearly a full century. Multiplication table. This strange multiplication table is proof positive that the educational system is ever-changing. This is unlike anything that I've ever seen before. Pledge of Allegiance from 1917. A simpler and more concise version than the one I grew up reciting, this pledge reads, "I give my head, my heart, and my life to my God, and one nation, indivisible, with justice for all." Turkey drawing and math. More strange math on the steps, which is something that I am unfamiliar with. The Pilgrims. All of the Thanksgiving and Pilgrim drawings and lesson plans indicate that the boards were covered around the holiday. It also tells me that they took pride in their roots and their country. Pilgrim drawings. It's amazing how the drawing and lessons remained so well preserved for all these years. Girl blowing bubbles. I would think that after 100 years the colors would have faded and everything would be hard to see. The care and effort that the teachers put forth is amazing to me. My rules to keep clean. Hygiene was not a lesson that was off limits in the early 1900s. Cabin, ship, and the Plymouth Rock. It's pretty great that the teachers took the time to illustrate pictures to aid in the lesson plan. Math and music. 40 years before The Sound of Music, this scale is written on the board. 50 years later, it's still stuck in people's heads. Fa, a long way to run. Girl with a turkey and a calendar. I'm going to assume that the calendar was changed from November to December and they left the November dates. Thanksgiving is still marked in red, and the young girl with the turkey tells me the same. Lesson and drawings. I'm curious as to what level this lesson plan is teaching to. I know how old I was when they told me to draw shapes and fill them in, but that was a long way away from when I was doing pint to gallon conversion and knowing 8 kinds of trees. I may still have a hard time with that and the bushel to peck conversion. While this discovery is really cool for the people involved in the upgrade of the school, I sincerely hope that these chalkboards are able to be preserved and displayed. These are a valuable asset to the local history of Oklahoma and the nation as a whole and deserve to be shared. Oklahoma School District is said to be working with Maps for Kids Trust to achieve this feat. Hopefully, we'll be able to provide an update soon, as they are going to begin work on the 3rd floor and hopes are high that they'll uncover more of this valuable history.